Hello creative thrillers, you're welcome to class. So last tutorial was on the pattern drafting and the cutting of those blazers as seen on the thumbnail, but today we are going on to make the main dress. So if you've not seen that tutorial, I'll link it up. Just check the top right. I don't know which side it is actually, because this is a selfie video recording. So click on it and it will take you to those pattern drafting and cutting. But for today, let's go to class. Okay, this is it, and if you notice, I ironed a pepper stay here. This is the softest one. It's not a hair stay, it's not clove gum. This is pepper gum, but it's the softest one. And I also have my store-bought shoulder pad. So yeah, I went ahead to iron it on the front side, so you can see both sides, this way and the other way, and even on the lining, I ironed it down here. Ironed it here too. I did not iron it here. Just the part that will have the lapel, that's where I ironed the soft pepper stay. Here is the collar. Like I said, use the main fabric for both the lining and the good parts. So this is the main fabric here, and here is the front side, while this is the back. So we need to join it on the side, but before that, remember that the back one has a slash on the center back, so we will have to sew it there. This is it. So we join here. Remember, we gave an allowance of half an inch. We sew it here by half an inch before we join the sides. So I just pinned it down. I'll open it up and then get the front side, the right side of the front facing the right side of the back. Arrange it properly. Then on the shoulder, I will join it by half an inch, the half an inch allowance that we gave. Join this side too, half an inch. When you're done with that, we're going to join on the sides with whatever allowance you gave. For my own, I used 1.25 inches, I guess, right? So I'll measure 1.25 inches and join it here, join it this side too. We will do the same thing for the back. So this is the back side of the back. Yeah, this is the back side of the lining, sorry. So we'll join it here at that center cut. This is the center with half an inch. So because we slashed this part open, we'll have to join it. So you pick one of these. This is the lapel side. Take note. This is the side we slashed, the side with the dart. So you pick it and you also pick this one and place it here. So assuming this lining is it has front and back, it should be right side facing right side. So you place it here. I'll pin it. You know this part is slightly curved, so you follow that shape too. And so I'll join by with half an inch. So this is what it will look like when you're done. In essence, we've taken the dart for the lining here. We've already taken that 1 inch dart. You're going to do the same for the other side. This is the part with the lapel. This is the part we slashed. So it should be this way. You turn it around, go ahead and sew. Follow the shape. And when we are done with that, we can now go ahead and place it right side of the back, facing the right side of the front. You know, just like we did for the main fabric. So you place it also, and you join it on the shoulder and on the side using the same sewing allowance you have. In my case, I used 1.25 inches for the side. So I'll place it, join the side and join the other side. This is it after joining the sides. As you can see, I've joined it already. Join the back and I went ahead to iron it flat. Join the shoulder line. So this is the lining part. I also joined it. You should go ahead to notch yours and iron it, but right now no light. I had an excess here, so I'm going to trim it into shape. So if you have any excess, just trim it into shape. Then the next thing is for us to attach the collar. So remember I told you in the collar, when I was cutting it, I stopped at this point, but I told you not to use that. Use the part of the 1 inch that I came out with. So you're going to use that, and that's what I'm going to use. Don't worry, I'll have my way around it, okay? So I've cut this. You go ahead and notch the center point. I've notched mine. Notch here, notch here. And then this is the lining. I'll open it up like so. Get this one, open it up like this too, and then you place. I have a notch here, and this is the center. So right side to right side. I'll pin it. You're going to move yours around just as you see me do. So where I asked you to notch, that's where I'm going to stop. All right, I'm going to stop there. Move this one too. Okay, then I'll go ahead and sew it with 1/2 inch sewing allowance up to that point, and I'll do the same thing for the front side. Then when I am done, you know, we have a dart here for the lining on the back side. That you transferred, I'm going to take it in. I've taken the one of this part, as you can see, so I'll do the same for this other side. Do the same thing for your front. We are sewing it this way. Just taking your dart, you know how to take in your dart already. Do it for both the front, the back of the main fabric piece. So here is the dart, the front, this one too. Then here I have the one for the back. Then on the lining, the same thing. We took the dart on the back side, all right? And this is also the collar. I've attached it, and you can see where I stopped, right? Okay, so because of these curved places, we have to notch it. Careful so you don't cut through the line. So you go ahead and do yours. I'm doing the same thing on the main piece too. So far, if you've been enjoying this video, please go ahead and, show me that by liking, clicking the thumbs button. Go ahead and share. If you have any questions so far, drop it in the comment section, and yeah, I'll attend to that. So making these blazers is not difficult. It just, you need to give attention to some details, and yeah, just make sure you also eat a good food while sewing. Is you don't sew this kind of cloth when you are when your stomach, when your belly is not full. Oh no, that's not good. So eat a good food while making this. Okay, so you can see it has relaxed. The next thing I want to do is to join the sleeve. Like I said in the previous video, I have a tutorial already on how to draft and cut the sleeve, so you go and check it. All right, so this is it. I've labeled this the left side, and this is the wrong side for me. So I'll turn it this way and sew it to the measurement of the armhole. I already have a tutorial on how to make this, so but you can go ahead and take the measurement of your armhole, the circumference round, and also go ahead and measure the same, making sure you divide it by 2 when you measure. Divide this one by 2. So you measure it here. Wherever it stops, you mark it out. And you sew your allowance, your side allowance. And after that, you bring it back. So for me, I've done it for the right side, the right sleeve, okay? So I'll get, this is the right side of the lining. I'll turn this inside out. And then turn this way to the wrong side. This is my sleeve. And this is the right side. See, it doesn't have the sewing allowance. So I'll put it inside. Make sure you notch the midpoint, the shoulder line. I notched mine, then I'll put it inside to meet the shoulder of the main dress, the shoulder. So shoulder to shoulder, right side to right side. I'll pin it there. Then that's how I'll keep rolling it round. Make sure that the side, this is the side of the main dress and this is the side of the sleeve. Yeah. So it's aligning. I'll pin it also there. Here is it. I'm done pinning. Then I'll go ahead and sew it round with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I'll do the same thing for this side. Do the same thing for my main fabric, and if you get it right, this is what it will look like. I've already done it for this, as you can see, and this other side too. So before I forget, I'm making use of shoulder pad, right? I'll fold it to find the midpoint, which is here. So this is the shoulder line. I'll place it here. Okay, I'll place it here and follow the line too. So this is what I have. I'll sew it round, and then this tip I will put it on the shoulder and tack it. Just tack it here. Here is what we have. You can see everything is gradually coming out. I tacked it here, and same thing with this one. Yeah. So our power suit, our power jacket is coming out. All right. Now the next thing is to join the whole thing. But if we are to join this whole thing now, we won't have a space to turn it inside out. So what I want to do now is, the center back that we stitched, I want to open it a little bit, like 6 inches. Another thing is, I want the lining to be shorter than the main dress itself. So I'm folding it and I'll reduce this by 1 inch. I've opened it. So this is the hem. I'll sew it first because the lining is now shorter. So right side to right side of the main piece. All right, make sure you align everything properly. The center back to the center back of the lining. The side to the side, I've pinned it. This one to this. Sew this downside with 1/2 inch. All right, I'm done with that. So just in case you don't know, what we are doing here is called an in-seam finish. We want to hide every seam line on those blazers, okay? So I'm done with that, and we will have to drag the lining up because it's now shorter. Putting the sleeve inside, you move the lining up to meet this collar side. So I'll pin it, do the same thing for the other side. So that means the sleeves will be inside, and I'll pin. Now we go to the collar and also pin. So I've pinned it. See how this one is looking like. Then I will go ahead and start sewing. Start sewing with 1/2 inch all the way to the notch. I'll create the notch here a V. No. Yeah, so I'll sew, go up, sew with 1/2 inch, come over to this part again, open it up and sew, creating a V. That's the notch. Then all the way down towards the side. Okay, after sewing this is what it looks like. See, all the way around it, around. So this point I'm going to notch it, but please careful so that you don't cut through. Just notch it till a little bit behind the seam you have there. Don't cut through, please. Do the same thing for this side. Then after that, to join the sleeve, I'm going to bring it out from here. This for the main dress, and this side is for the lining. We have our sleeve like this, right? Please follow carefully on this point to avoid confusion. This is the side seam, and this is the side seam too for the lining. We want both to face together. And make sure you have your notch here to know the center. I already have on the lining. On the leaning. Leaning is the correct pronunciation. Leaning. Don't mind me, I'm just having myself, enjoying myself. So wanna do it this way, center to center, that's the notch point to notch point, and pin it. Then the side seam to side seam. Okay, I can now go about to pin the other ones. I hope you understand what I did here. Please, if you don't, just go back and watch it again and I'll pin. And this is what it will look like. So I'll go ahead and sew it all the way around with 1/2 inch. And you will do the same with the other sleeve. So for me, I've done mine. This is it, I've sewn it. I'm done. Just showing you everything. And I hope you can see that this is how this is. Okay. I've done the sewing. So from that place that I opened here, I'll try and bring out everything. I've brought it out. This doesn't really make sense now. But yeah, so I'll put my hand in the main fabric side and I want to bring in the lining into it. So try bring everywhere out. This is the notch part. So I think it's not really relaxing very well. So I can open it up again and still notch further. It's looking better now. Yeah, it's looking good now. Alright, so you can see the inside everywhere is sealed up. Now you see the reason why we made the lining shorter. Okay. And also on the sleeve, we made the lining shorter, right? So look at the effect here. You see this one also. For this part that is open, I'll just hold it down like this. No, it's just like this, and go ahead and sew it close. I'll just do an invisible stitch in there. But yeah, just sew it close, top stitch. I should top stitch this part too. And the next work you have to do here is very wonderful ironing. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please go ahead and still like, subscribe and share, because with this we've come to the end of this. Yeah, I would really like to see the dress you're going to make with this tutorial. Go ahead and send it to the mail that I will link or to the WhatsApp number. Yeah. So take care of yourself and see you in my next one. Okay, I'm showing you here how to sew in your button such that it will not be, the thread will not be seen behind the, on the lining. So it's kind of an invisible threaded button. And I'll also show you the video, a little video of the dress proper. So watch, keep watching. Here again, I just folded the lapel to that breaking point and I ironed it properly, but I have not ironed every other place and it's looking this beautiful. So what if I now iron it? How will it look like? Okay, bye.